good. You're looking good. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's such a blessing to see. We're
Oh.
going to be with your mother pretty soon.
Yes,
Go to her
yes,
thing.
yes, she
And I
is.
just wanted to ask you, okay, this was a little bit of a turmoil in the past one.
Right,
so what
right.
do you see for next year?
Well, I really see a brighter future for all of us in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
You know, right now, clearly at the end of the session, it became somewhat difficult, but I'm confident as we move forward, we can set some parameters around principle that we all agree on as Republicans and move through the session in a little bit friendlier context. I also believe that it's a great time for our state. You know, as we look at the prosperity, you look at all the pro-family issues that we've been able to deal with. There are a lot of, great things. So there are far more issues that we agree on than disagree, and that's what we've got to focus on.
Right. Well, and you're bringing a lot of maturity into the office,
well.
so that's exactly what is needed.
Well, you want to stay on the high road and certainly talk about positive things and talk about a vision where we can move our state forward, and that really helps every Georgia citizen. So, good. You too. Thanks.
Many of y'all have heard my speech as I went all over Georgia campaigning, and I talked about my mom. And I talked about being raised by a single mom and how she had to work 2 jobs to make ends meet and how she never took a dime of public assistance, but she instilled in me those values of hard work, perseverance, and a love for God. And I've never forgotten those. And I also told you that life was not about self, but life was about service and service to others. And if you gave me the opportunity to serve you as your lieutenant governor, I would do more than just public policy. That I would try to instill qualities that were everlasting in the lives of Georgians. And as I sat in that office of lieutenant governor, I reflected upon what I talked about and really what I wanted to do long term. And I had the opportunity to reflect on my childhood and looking at people that invested and sacrificed and allowed me to do things that I normally would not have been able to do. I think about my football coach at Johnson High School when I was in the 9th grade. He came to me and he said, "Casey, I want you to go to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes camp." And he said, "It is a phenomenal camp." He said, "I know you love football, you're excelling in it." And he said, "All the professional athletes that you watch on TV on Sunday are going to be there." He said, "Tom Landry, the Dallas Cowboy football head coach, is going to be there as well." And I was so thrilled and I was so excited. And he said, "But Casey, it's going to cost $500 to go." And I said, "Well, there's no way I can get $500. We just don't have that." And he said, "Well, go to your church and talk to your pastor and see if they might be able to raise you a little money." And I went to my pastor and I asked him. I told him, I said, "This is what I have the opportunity to do." And I was so excited and so thrilled to have that chance. And I shared that with him. And he said, "How much is it going to cost?" And I said, $500. And he looked at his wife, who was standing next to me, and he said, "Write him a check." Now, that $500 might not have been a lot of money to him, but it was a lot of money to me. And what is significant about that is I credit that one thing as one of the life-changing experiences that I had the opportunity to do. And it was because of his generosity, because of his willingness to believe in me, that really has instilled this vision of presence with a purpose. Because that's the very reason that we started this charity. It's a charity that is focused on 80 single parents, those that are struggling, that have kids, that have no way to possibly buy that trumpet for the kid that wants to be in band, or the athlete that needs money for a uniform, or the individual that wants to go to a camp very fund this operation, and we're going to be able to give about 80% of everything that's raised directly to the recipients. Today we have a lot of kids here that are kids of single parents. And we've adopted what's called Casey's Club, and you see the t-shirts here today. I'm going to donate one day a month in which I'm going to take kids of special needs and kids of single parents to various activities and instill good qualities and try to help be a mentor for those kids. Tomorrow, after the convention, we're going to take a group to the aquarium, and we're going to have some wonderful time talking about their future and how bright it can be. I am blessed to have this opportunity, and it truly is more than just public policy. It really is about instilling good things in kids' lives and others. And I want Presence for a Purpose to mean something long term. And I believe with your help today, as well as your support moving forward, we're going to be able to do something that's going to be meaningful for generations to come. Thank you so much for